Good evening and welcome into the Beck Center Game of the Week at Pacelli on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, and it's a good one lined up here for you tonight between the Pacelli Lady Vikings and in-town rivals, the Calvary Lady Knights. Pacelli coming into this game at 2-6. They've yet to play a region game, so these are the ones that matter. These are the ones that you want to win throughout the year. Calvary, on the other hand, undefeated, still early in their season, 2-0, and they are 1-0 in the region. They beat Heritage 3-1. My producer Tyler Dykes here with me. I'm Paxton Holloway. I'll be bringing you the coverage here tonight. And the two teams are all warmed up, going to be shaking hands, and we're going to be getting going. Your liberos tonight for Pacelli, number 16, Mariah O'Brien. And for Calvary, number 13, Madeline Gaps. Georgia Alabama Sports Live brought to you. Our presenting sponsors over at Coca-Cola, Glenn Smith Chevy GMC, the Houston Clinic, and Mike Hostelo Law Firm. We also want to say thank you to Roger Beck and the Beck Center for their coverage of Pacelli Athletics here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. So we're all set to go here. Going to try and get these other starters here for you. So right now on the court for Calvary, number 12, Issa Lugo. Number 21, Athens Burleson. Number 23, Olivia Smithwick. Number 27, Abigail Holder. And number 28, Abigail Steffens. And on the court right now, as Abby Holder comes out for Madeline Gaps. Looks like Ellie Jane Hogg is going to check out for Mariah O'Brien on the Pacelli side. So it'll be O'Brien, Natalie Pillar at the net, Allie Vickery, Malia Resnick. Looks like Natalie Solido and Sophie Stredgick. And so Ellie Jane Hogg will get things started for the Lady Vikings as she is going to be first up to serve. Student section in full effect here. Looks like there might be a little bit of a theme. I'm guessing either college attire or like country club. Gaps is going to clear to get things started. Sets it up for Solido. That one's blocked by Stredgick. Calvary keeps it alive. And that's going to be a kill for Abigail Steffens to start this game. So Burleson will come out. And Gaps is going to go back to serve. She is the libero for these Lady Knights. Set up for Resnick. Popped up there for Steffens again. It's blocked by Stredgick. Resnick keeps it alive. And just going to tip it down at the net is Abigail Holder. I'll say this is one of the more stacked Calvary lineups since I personally went to high school there. It's been a while since the volleyball team had this much talent on it. Smithwick just going to pop it up and over. Set up for Stredgick. She'll clear. Back up to Holder. She spikes and gets the kill. So 3 straight points at the net for Calvary to start this off. 1 by Steffens and 2 by Holder. Both these teams in the GIAA 5 AAA region. Pops it up and over to Smithwick. Stredgick So up for Steffens. It's blocked by Strejic, and that's going to be the first point for Pacelli. We haven't seen a whole lot of that this year out of Strejic, and that's where they're going to find a lot of success with her, is up there at the net using her size to her advantage. Smithwick clears. The block attempt is no good, and it's going to fall. 4-1 early here for Calvary. Serving now is Olivia Smithwick. Strejic hits it. Josie Blank keeps it alive that time. Steffens is going to get the point again. So this front line for Calvary is absolutely dominating right now between Abigail Holder and Abigail Steffens. They are having their way. Served by Smithwick. That one's going to be long and out. So back to serve now for the Vikings is their libero, Mariah O'Brien. Just about gets the ace there. But instead it's going to be another kill for Abigail Steffens. And so Blank is going to sub out now for Avery Mock. Mock just a sophomore. Was watching her during warm-ups, and she was having some really good spikes up there. So she's going to check right back out. And Larkin Barris is going to come in. Apologize if I'm saying that wrong. If I am, I'm sure I'll get corrected. So please feel free. Constructive criticism. But Mary Rose Clark with the serve. That one's going to hit the net, and Calvary will get it right back. So at this point in the year, 2-6 for Pacelli is almost unheard of. And it's really honestly just been tiny little mistakes that have shot them in the foot. But it's nothing that they can't get past. And you got to think that they will. Holder gets an ace, the first one of the game. 8-3 now for Calvary. Set up for Pillar, the former Knight. Blocked and out of bounds. Hogg pops it up, and Vickery going to clear it. Tried to sneak it in there to Burleson. Set up for Vickery. Good save right there from Smithwick. Or Steffens, rather, sorry. Hogg spikes it. Popped way up in the air by Holder. Steffens comes from behind, but just a little bit offline. So Pacelli will get a much-needed point and get the serve. They're going to be putting the ball in debatably the best server that they have on this team, Allie Vickery. And that one's going to go out. Vickery played libero last year for this Vikings team, so she's sort of a dual threat there. And communication error right there on the Knights' part, and that's really the first mistake that we've seen today. That one's out. So going back to serve now is number 12, Issa Lugo. Popped up by O'Brien. Set up for Resnick. And a good job by Gaps just to pop that up. Smithwick is going to get it to fall. So 11-6 here, Calvary early. And the first timeout is going to be called by Pacelli. So we'll step aside for just a moment. We'll return here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Carol Purdue in Phoenix City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Mike Costello, and this is what we do. Car wrecks. Yes, car wrecks. So call or text us today or visit us at mycostelolawfirm.com. Costello, car wreck. Car wreck, Costello.
Back here at Pacelli as Calvary leads 11-6 here early on in set number 1. Resnick goes in for the kill. Gaps dives out. It's still alive, and it's cleared. Popped up by Mock. Steffens comes from behind, and that's should have been a double touch against Pillar there. Set up by Gaps. Mock comes in. O'Brien hits the deck. Resnick, good job to keep that alive. I don't know how she did that. O'Brien dives out again. Pops it way in the air and it clears. What a rally we have here. And that one's gonna fall for Mock, so she'll eventually get the kill. That one just mishit there from Lugo, so the serve will go to Pacelli now. Pacelli down 5, 7-12 the score. Natalie Pillar, the former Knight, good serve by her. Smithwick clears. Vickery gonna try and keep it alive. Set up for Resnick, and it's gonna go out. Puts a little bit too much on it. So serving now. Looks like that's number 11 there, Josie Blake. Blocked, it's still alive. And Steffens clears, and it's gonna get the pointer. Are you kidding me? Abigail Steffens. Set up for Resnick. Can she do the same thing? Gaps goes low, and it's going to go out. Serve from Ellie Jane Hogg. Set up for Burleson. She tried to just sneak one into the corner there, but it goes out. So 14-9 now the score. And Abigail Steffens, give her another kill. She has had her fingerprints all over this first set. And Madeline Gaps will go back to serve. I think that one had a little bit too much on it, but O'Brien saves it, and it's going to be costly for Pacelli. Should have just let that one go. Served by Gaps. Popped up by Vickery, kind of spinny with it. And that's going to be a kill for Resnick. That's what she does a lot of, leads the team in kills this season. So she'll go back to serve now for Pacelli. Popped up by Blake, set up for Steffens. Up there for Vickery, and it's going to fall. So Pacelli starting to get a little bit of momentum here. Just down 5, so there's still time to come back here in set 1. Sort of pops that one up, does Resnick. Holder comes in, O'Brien way up in the air. Vickery clears, set up for Steffens, and she takes it. Takes advantage of the situation, and Pacelli is gonna call their second timeout of the set. So we'll step aside one more time. Be right back here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hey everybody, hot summer prices have dropped at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Drive home today in a brand new Chevy Silverado with savings up to $15,000 off MSRP. Or get 0% financing for 60 months. Need more power? New Silverado 2500 HD with savings up to $12,000 off MSRP. Or get 4.9% financing for 60 months. Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Get ready to smile.
And we are back here at Pacelli out of that timeout. It's 17-11 Calvary right now here in set number 1, as we have seen Abigail Steffens go absolutely ballistic here in set 1, just having her way up there at the net. Pacelli, so far, no answers. So Olivia Smithwick goes back to serve. Gonna be blocked, but they're saying that Pacelli tipped the net, so it'll be a point for Calvary. Hogg pops it up for Vickery, and that's a bit too hard there. That's the common mistake from Vickery that we've seen so far this season. Once again, just one of those little things that you know she's going to fix. She's that talented of a player. But in games like this, it does cost you. That one goes in the favor of Pacelli, though, as that serve goes long. And Mariah O'Brien will go back now to serve. Good dig there from Blake. And Steffens just going to try and float it in there. Blocked at the net from Holder, and it falls. So Calvary just making Pacelli have to earn every little thing. As Steffens will go back to serve now. Blake subs out as Avery Mock comes back in. Pillar gets it over. Set up for Mock, and that's going to fall. Give her a kill. That was one of those 50-50 balls that you just let go, and it happened to stay in. That one's going to be too long there for Steffens. So Pacelli has a lot of work left to do here in set one. And Mary Rose Clark is going to be the one that they lean on to try and get it started. Gaps, dangerous spot, and nothing you can do with that. As Pacelli gets their 14th point. Good serve there from Rose, and it's going to be an ace for her as Gaps tried to dig it, but she could not. That one was going to go out. Steffens decides to save it, but it's okay because Pacelli fails to block it off the spike from Larkin Barris. So Barris will come back out for Mock as Holder goes back to serve. Off of O'Brien, and it's an ace. Calvary needs just 2 more points here to take set number 1. And that one hits the net. So Pacelli going to send Vickery back to serve now. They're in crunch time here are the Lady Vikings. They don't have much more room for error. That is an error though, so 24-16 and Calvary needing just 1 more to take set 1. And Issa Lugo will try to be the one to get it for him. Popped up by Resnick. Blocked at the net from Mock. And Smithwick tries to clear it but cannot. Tough angle on it there as Pacelli gets the point. So still a little bit of life left in him, at least 1 more point worth. Served by Pillar. Good dig from Gaps. Steffens popped way up in the air from Clark. Mock, it's gonna fall. And that will be point number 25. And that will be set number 1, Calvary. They lead 1-0 as we head into the break here in your Beck Center Game of the Week at Pacelli on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. We'll be right back.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Back here getting ready to start set number 2 in your Beck Center Game of the Week at Pacelli here on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. We're brought to you by Coca-Cola, Glenn Smith Chevy GMC, the Houston Clinic, and Mike Hostelow Law Firm. Roger Beck and the Beck Center, huge thank you to them as they support Pacelli Athletics here on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. I'm Paxton Holloway. It's been my pleasure giving you play-by-play commentary here today. And it's set number 1, Calvary. They took it 25-17, and Abigail Steffens was all over the place. She had multiple kills there, multiple candidates for highlights of the week, perhaps. Again, this is a big-time region game as these two schools are rivals. Calvary is currently 1-0 in the region as they beat Heritage 3-1. If you haven't already, go ahead and toss us a follow on all social media platforms at Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. That way you never miss a game or live score update. We've got a lot of action this Friday, a lot of football around the area. And there's only one place you can catch that, and that's on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. It's completely free to do, by the way, so why not? So a few more little last-minute adjustments here as the two liberos waiting to check in to start set 2. It's looking like Natalie Pillar going to check out for O'Brien. And we'll see who Gaps checks in for. Looks like it might be, it's going to be Athens Burleson. So the two liberos are in, and Gaps will start with the serve. Vickery dives out, popped up by O'Brien. Solito tries to make something happen and unable to do so, so Calvary will take the early lead here in set number 2. Popped up by Vickery. Solito comes in. Good save from Lugo. There's Steffens, and that one's going to be a little too hard, and it goes out. That'll be Ellie Jane Hogg with the serve. Just pops one up as Gaps hits the deck. Set up for Steffens, and it's going to fall. It tips the top of the net, and Pacelli unable to do anything with it. So Steffens going to pick right back up where she left off in set 1. So Emma Cash is going to check in now for Olivia Smithwick, and she's going to take a breather. And Cash will go back to serve. Good dig from O'Brien. Strejic going to take it, and it's going to be just barely too long. I thought it was going to sneak in for just a second, but it carries a bit too much on her. Dangerous spot up at the net. Set up for Steffens, and give her another kill. How about it? She has been on fire all night long up to this point. And looks like it was originally set up for Resnick to go and try and get a kill of her own. but communication problem between her and Solito results in the 5th Calvary point of set number 2. You got to think if Pacelli wants to come back and get themselves back into this one, they're going to need Resnick to do a lot of what Abby Steffens is doing as that one sails out. Resnick is their dominant force on this team. There's no question about it. As Cash is going to check back out for Smithwick. So Resnick with the serve, and it's going to sail out. So 6-2 now, Calvary. And we'll have us a couple more substitutions. Steffen's going to take a breather, as well as Josie Blake, as Avery Mock and Graylin Smithwick check in. A little battle up there at the net, and Calvary tips it. So point will go to Pacelli, as Holder and one of her good friends, Natalie Pillar, were trying to battle it out up there at the net. Steffens and Barris come back in. Good serve from O'Brien, just going to pop that one back over the net. Set up for Vickery, and it's going to hit the net. So Calvary will get the ball right back. Gaps checks out. She'll get a breather. So will Barris. As Mock comes back in. Holder. Good serve. Set up for Strejic. And it just about falls, but it goes just out. So Calvary will be up 8-3 now. And O'Brien tried to dive out and get that one, but it's going to be an ace for Holder. Pillar hits one, and the back line judge says that it stays in, so that'll be a kill for Natalie Pillar. As Holder checks out. And Strejic also checks out on the Pacelli side. Mary Rose Clark, the one who just subbed in, will go back to serve. And she'll get an ace. I believe that's her second one of the night. And she was she's pulling double duties. She's the libero on the JV team. Sets it up for Vickery. And it's going to tip off for the fingertips of two Knights and result in a point for Pacelli. So a little comeback starting to mount here for the Lady Vikings. They want to try and get this momentum back. Another good serve there from Clark. A little communication error there on the side of Calvary. And Pacelli trails by just 2 now. Lugo clears. Pillar tries to float one in and does it. She put it in the perfect spot where Calvary was not able to do anything with it. And Pacelli now has a chance to tie this one up. Set up for Mock, and it's going to hit the top of the net and fall on the Calvary side. So just like that, we are back at square one, knotted up at 9 apiece. Clark on fire right now serving the ball. Steffens, good job by Resnick over there. Gaps with another incredible save. And Burleson just going to sneak one in, much needed. Smart play right there by Athens Burleson as Calvary retakes the lead and gets the ball in their hand. And now send Issa Lugo back to serve. Good dig there from Clark, but to no avail. Issa Lugo will get the point. Good serve there from Lugo. And sneaks it in, does Ellie Jane Hogg. Good play there. Very similar to what Burleson just did a few points ago. And Allie Vickery now will go back to serve. That's a good one there from Vickery. Set up perfectly for Resnick, and that's what she does. Takes the opportunity that was set up for her and gets a kill and evens things up at 11. Good dig from Steffens, set up there for Mock. Resnick, good dig from Steffens, set back up for her. This is just a battle between Resnick and Steffens right now, trying to keep it alive. Unable to do so is Calvary. And so Pacelli now with the lead here in set number 2. That's an ace for Vickery. Good serve from Vickery there, and how about 2 aces in a row? I think Calvary thought that one was going to go out, but it stays just in. Pacelli going to try and pull away now. Popped up there from Smithwick, set up. Steffens is able to clear. Set back up for Pillar. And Mock gets it over. Set up now for Resnick. Off the hands of Mock. Steffens keeps it alive on the back line. And that one's going to fall for Smithwick, so she'll get a kill there. So Mock comes out now for Josie Blake, who goes back to serve. Good serve there from Blake, and it's going to be an ace. That one just had a ton of topspin, hits the arm of the Pacelli player, and just keeps on going. Popped up there from Resnick, set right back up for her. She goes up. Good job to keep it alive from Steffen. Dives out, does Lugo, and it's cleared. And that block attempt falls. And Pillar will get the kill there and keep the Pacelli lead intact. Natalie Pillar now with the serve. And that's going to be out. So she'll come right back out for O'Brien, who just checked out. And Gaps will go back now to serve for the Knights. And that one is out, so a little back and forth here from both these teams. And Sophie Strejic will come back in for Mary Rose Clark. And Ellie Jane Hogg will go back to serve. Set up for Steffens. Blocked by Strejic. A second huge block from Strejic so far in the match as a whole. She had a big one in set number 1, then has that one there. Put Pacelli up 3. Good dig from Madeline Gaps. And it falls. So give her another kill. Olivia Smithwick making it happen. Good serve from Smithwick, and it'll be an ace. So Smithwick taking control here in the last few points. She's going to look to square things right back up at 17 for Calvary. And that one is going to sail long, so Pacelli will keep their lead. And Resnick goes back now to serve. Incredible serve from Resnick, and it'll result in an ace for her. So 19-16 now, the Pacelli lead. Another good serve. Holder keeps it alive. Gaps able to get it over. What a play from Abby Holder. And it's going to be a point. How about that for a Houlihan's Highlight of the Week nomination? So checking out now is Josie Blake as Avery Mock will come back in. Steffens' serve hits the net. She can't believe it. So Pacelli up 17-20 here. O'Brien's serve, I think it was going long, but Calvary decides to play it. Set up for Vickery, and that one is off the fingertips of Calvary, they say. Kind of a hesitation on the call there, but no argument from the Lady Knights. Popped up from O'Brien. And that one is going to hit the net as Larkin Barris. This isn't, if I'm not mistaken, it's 22-17. Yep. And they fixed it on the scoreboard. A little discussion here. Checking the book to make sure the score's right, and it is. So 22-17 Pacelli. As O'Brien getting ready to serve. And student section starting to come back alive a little bit. Good dig from O'Brien to keep it alive. Vickery clears. Holder again. Set up for Strejic. Off the fingertips. Gaps dives out. And it's still alive. And Resnick with the kill. Sneaks it in. So Calvary was trying to plead their case, but it was very, very close. It was right there on the line. So they're going to say that the call stands. Set up for Steffens. Popped way up in the air from O'Brien. Good dig. Vickery clears it. Set up now and unable to do anything with it is Issa Lugo. And Pacelli is now 1 point away from taking set 2 in the same manner that Calvary took set 1, 25-17. How crazy would that be? Good job by Resnick to keep it alive. Vickery clears and it's out. So Calvary with a little bit of life, but no more room for error. 24-18 the score. Served by Holder. Set up for Pillar. And it's off the hands of Calvary, and it will fall. So Pacelli will take set number 2 to even the game up at 1 apiece. 25-18, the final score, set 2. We'll step aside for just a moment and be right back for the start of set 3 here on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia-Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location, being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia-Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
And back here for the start of set number 3 of your Beck Center Game of the Week at Pacelli here on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. Pacelli just took set 2 to even things up at 1 apiece, 25-18. And we saw what good things happen when Pacelli limits their mistakes. We talked about that in set number 1, where it's just the small little mental errors that can easily be fixed. And seems like they really made a switch there in set number 2. This is a best of 5, so it's the first to win 3 sets. So Calvary gonna look to come back out and retake their set lead. But Pacelli, this would be a huge first region game and a huge boost in their 2-6 season that they have currently. So starting things out for Pacelli is Natalie Pillar. And a great dig there from Blake. Steffens gets blocked, but it goes out. So immediately, Abigail Steffens making an impact in set 3. She's done a lot this game. Great serve there. Pacelli pops it way up in the air. And Resnick able to come in and get the point. She hit that one from way out. And Ellie Jane Hogg will go back to serve for the Vikings. It's 1-1. Up there at the net, hard play there. It's almost an impossible angle to score from when it's on your side of the net. Popped it up, did Hogg. Good job by Blake to keep it alive. Steffens goes up. O'Brien digs. Sets up for Silito. Way to keep it alive from Calvary. Steffens going to clear. Set up for Resnick. She opts just to take a little bit off of it. And that one is going to fall for Abby Holder. So Olivia Smithwick now back to serve for the Lady Knights. Good serve from Smithwick. Good dig from O'Brien, though. Resnick puts too much on it. And Calvary will take the lead here early, 3-2. Good serve again from Smithwick. That one just kind of clears. She sets it up for Steffens, who's going to get the kill. That back line from Pacelli just kind of stood there. There's really nothing you can do with that except for just let it happen. So a discussion between Resnick and the line judge. And the whistle is given, so Smithwick is clear to serve. And that one is going to hit the top of the net and end up falling on the Calvary side for a Pacelli point. So that small hesitation there kind of messed up her groove. Resnick gets the serve. And what a spike. And another kill from Abigail Steffens. And Josie Blake will come out now for Avery Mock. And Steffens back to serve. Silito trying to float it in. Gaps on the deck, but unable to make anything happen with it. So Pacelli will get the ball right back. Silito comes out for Pillar, and O'Brien goes back to serve now. And Larkin Barris comes in for Avery Mock on the Calvary side. Barris immediately digging it. Good dig from Hogg. She'll clear. Set up on the back for Steffens, and off the hands of Resnick. So Burleson now going to come in for Maddie Gaps. And Holder will go back to serve. Set up for Strejic. She clears it. Up there at the net. It's dangerous. Trying to make something happen was Barris and unable to do it. So Holder comes out as Gaps comes right back in. Strejic will come out for Mary Rose Clark. So that's the normal substitution there to let Clark serve. She went on an absolute tear in set 2. Good dig from Gaps. Barris, good spike. That one almost hits the ceiling. Set up for Vickery. She tries to get the kill. Another dangerous spike. Good job by Barris to keep it alive. And Pillar is going to get the kill there. So a lot of opportunities from Pacelli, and finally one pays off. Six apiece now. Your score here in set 3. It's tied 1-1 here in the sets. Set up for Burleson. She goes up off the fingertips of Hogg and Pillar. Set up for Burleson again. Hogg sets it up for Pillar. Steffens comes in. Can they keep it alive? So far, so good. Clark hits it, and it is in. Just going to try and float one to Smithwick, trying to catch Pacelli sleeping. And another communication error, but Gaps able to respond quickly, but Pillar comes in and puts it where nobody else is in the corner for a kill. If there's any kids in the gym, they just went crazy because of this score. 6-7 the score. Mary Rose Clark, good serve. That one blocked by Burleson. She keeps it alive. And Mock keeps it set up now for Vickery off the fingertips. And looks like a Calvary Knight hit the net. So the point will go to Pacelli. And they'll take a 2-point lead here in set 3. Clark's serve hits the net, so Calvary will get the ball back. And that'll send Issa Lugo back to serve. Just kind of popped up from Resnick there, set back up for her. Mock tried to come in and float one over the net, but jumped a little bit too early, it looked like. And that's an ace for Vickery, and that is more what we're used to seeing out of her. Smithwick checking out now for Mally Hokut. Another good serve from Vickery. Mally gets it back, and it almost falls. Good job from Hogg to keep it alive. Blocked at the net. Set back up for Resnick. Good job by Hokut to keep it alive. It's set for Steffens. Calvary keeps it alive. Wow! But responding quickly is Malia Resnick. She's not going to let it happen. Heck of an effort there from Calvary, but Resnick shuts it down real quick. That one hits the top of the net and falls, so it'll be another ace for Allie Vickery. 12-7 now the score. And that serve from Vickery goes out, so Calvary will get the ball back as Josie Blake comes back in. She'll go back to serve. Set up for Pillar, and that one's way too much. Josie Blake with the serve. It's another good one. Popped up by O'Brien. Set up for Pillar, and she'll get the kill on that one, so immediately redeems herself for hitting that last one out. O'Brien will come out for a breather as Natalie Solito comes back in. And that'll send Natalie Pillar back to serve. Good dig there from Blake. Tried to keep it alive, did Lugo, but once again puts it in that tough spot right in front of the net. You don't want to hit the net, you don't want to step under it, so it's hard to make anything happen there. That one was going out, but Blake decides to play it. Steffens, big spike there, but it's saved from Pacelli. They're going to block it. Pacelli keeping it alive. Vickery calls everybody off, and she'll get the point. Things were looking pretty dire there on the part of Pacelli, but somehow they find a way, and they take the lead 15-9 here in set 3. Blocked, and Steffens unable to get the rebound. And a huge lead now for the Vikings. And a timeout is going to be called by Calvary, so we will step aside. We'll return in a few moments on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hey everybody, hot summer prices have dropped at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Drive home today in a brand new Chevy Silverado with savings up to $15,000 off MSRP. Or get 0% financing for 60 months. Need more power? New Silverado 2500 HD with savings up to $12,000 off MSRP. Or get 4.9% financing for 60 months. Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Get ready to smile.
And back out of that timeout here at Pacelli. They lead big 16-9 here. And Natalie Pillar will resume the serving duties for the Vikings. Good job to save that one, and it's going to be a point. So a great job there from Issa Lugo to make something happen. That will send Madeline Gaps back to serve. Calvary love to string together a few points here, but it goes out, so not going to happen there. Clark checks out for Pacelli for Strejic. Set up over there for Hocut, but tough angle. (18-10) now for Pacelli. trying to make something happen, just floats one over. Good dive from Gaps. Pops way up in the air, and Steffens puts a little bit too much on it. And it'll sail on her, so Pacelli up huge now, 9-point lead in set number 3. Good dig there from Blake. Set up for Holder. It's blocked. And it's cleared by Lugo. Resnick goes up. Gaps keeps it alive. Lugo clears. Back up for Solido. Tried to block it and just rolls off the fingertips of the Calvary defenders. Pacelli goes up double digits, 20-10. And what a response from set number 1 that we've seen from Pacelli. They lost set 1 25-17 and since have just taken control. That one goes out. So Mally Hocutt will come back out and Olivia Smithwick will come back in. Smithwick goes back to serve, and Calvary running out of time to get themselves back in here in set number 3. Set up for Resnick. She kills it. I think that might have been the hardest hit ball that we've seen all night from Resnick. She got all of that one. Served by Resnick now. Good dig from Lugo. Holder going to keep it alive. Tough angle for Vickery to play it. She gets it over though. Set up for Steffens. Resnick goes down low and keeps it. Vickery hits it, and nothing going there for Josie Blake. And Allie Vickery has really turned it on here in set 3. She's had a ton of really good plays in this set. Pacelli needs just 3 more points. Set up for Steffens, and they're not going to get that point. Calvary going to need a lot more of that from Abigail Steffens. Avery Mott going to come back in for Josie Blake. And Steffens will go back to serve. Good dig from O'Brien. Holder, she grabs it, but it goes out. So mistake on the part of Abigail Holder up there at the net. So we've got another substitution as Barris is going to come back in for Mock. And O'Brien will go to the line to serve to try and put set 3 away. Steffens, good dig there from Resnick. And that one's going to fall, so Holder immediately redeeming herself and keeping Calvary alive here, and Mock will come right back in. And Burleson will also come in for Gaps as Abby Holder goes to serve now. That one's going to hit the net. So Holder comes out, Gaps comes back in, and Pacelli needs just 1 more point up huge in set 3, and the ball will go to Mary Rose Clark to see if she can make it happen. The serve. Set up for Steffens. Tough play. Clark unable to keep it alive, so Steffens will keep Calvary alive at least for 1 more point. And the ball will go to Issa Lugo now for the serve. The Knights will have to be perfect from here on out. Late whistle there. That was way too many hits on the side of Pacelli. So they started off good. They take it 1 point at a time. Smithwick going to come back out for Mally Hokut. Served by Lugo. Popped up by Resnick. Set up for Pillar, and that's going to fall and give Pacelli the set number 3. So they will take the set lead 2-1 now against their in-town rival in Calvary Christian. 25-15, the final score of set number 3. We'll return here in a few minutes on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
I'm Mike Costello. Car wrecks. Yes, car wrecks. So call or text us today or visit us at mycostelolawfirm.com. Costello. Car wreck. Car wreck? Costello.
What's up, everyone? Thrift Behringer here with Masterwall CEO Steve Smithwick. They're one of our first sponsors. We didn't even know what sponsors were for.
Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Back here to start set number 4 of the Beck Center Game of the Week here at Pacelli. And Pacelli, they lost set 1 pretty big. It was 25-17. Then they come back, beat Calvary in set 2, 25-18, and then take that one huge. 25-14, I believe, was the final score there. So set lead goes to Pacelli now, 2-1. And looks like Gaps is going to come in for Burleson, and I believe she should get the serve. She will go back to serve, so Calvary, they've got to be perfect from here on out. Can't lose another set. Once again, these are best of 5, so it's first of 3 sets. Still early, but Calvary is undefeated, both on the season and in region play. Huge spike there from Resnick as Gaps keeps it alive, and it's going to be a point. So what a play early on here in set 4 from Madeline Gaps. And that's going to be an ace for her, off the hands of O'Brien. So she had a couple serves get away from her in the last set, but good way to bounce back there, getting the ace. Popped up by Vickery. Solido jumped a little bit early, but they're going to say that it fell inbounds. Kind of tough to see from over here. I thought it went out, to be honest with you, but Pacelli will get the point, so Ellie Jane Hogg will go back to serve. And it hits the net, so Calvary gets it right back. That'll send Olivia Smithwick back to serve. Set up for Resnick. It's blocked by Holder, but goes off her fingertips. And Pacelli will get the point. So Resnick will go back to serve. Popped up by Gaps. Lugo comes in. Good play from O'Brien. But to no avail, Vickery can't get it over. So Josie Blake will come in, or come out rather, for Avery Mock. And Steffen's serve hits the net. So back and forth we go. Larkin Barris coming in for Mock. Huge spike from Holder, but just a bit too much on it. It's 4-4. O'Brien now with the serve. Good dig from Gaps as she hits the lumber. Another good dig from Gaps. Blocked, but keeps it alive, does Barris. Good play. Set up for Steffens, and it just goes long. From libero to libero. Blocked at the net. Trying to keep it alive, does Lugo. Set up now for Barris. Off the fingertips of Strejic. And that one is going to fall out. So Calvary will take possession back. Gaps will come out for Burleson, and Mock will come back in for Barris. Good serve from Holder there. And wow, what a play. Ellie Jane Hogg making things happen. But Mock comes in, the sophomore, and she's pumped up. Just sneaks that one in, and huge smile on her face. That one felt good. Pillar's kill attempt is out, but they're going to say Calvary hit the net. Questionable call there. If Mike Frost were here, he'd probably say it's the Gordy Eye Care bad call of the game. So the call will stand, and it'll be 6-6. And Mary Rose Clark will go back to serve. Burleson just sneaks one in. And that's one of those ball don't lie moments there as a player. I don't know how much trash talk goes on in volleyball, but I know in basketball, you definitely would have heard it. Issa Lugo back to serve. And Resnick, a rare mistake on her. And that'll be an ace for Lugo. Usually never see those type of plays from Resnick. Sets it up for Vickery and blocked at the net. She keeps it alive though. Burleson set up for Vickery once again. Gives it to Mock. Just sort of swings at it, this hog, but it's going to be too many hits on the Pacelli side, so Calvary will get the point. (9-6) the lead here for Calvary. Resnick jumps from way out. Set up for Vickery now. Good job by Mock to keep it alive. Set right back up for her. Resnick hits the pine and it's still alive, and that one's going to fall. So good kill there from Vickery to bounce back. And Pacelli will get the serve. So Vickery now gets the serve. That one hits the net. So Avery Mock will come out for Josie Blake, who will go back to serve. It's 10-7 Calvary right now. Set up for Resnick. Prime position, good job from Steffens to keep it alive. Set back up for her, and she jumps too early. Can't make anything happen with that one. And Natalie Pillar back to serve now. She kind of shined back in set 3. Burleson sneaks it in once again, and she's done that quite a few times tonight. Good play from Athens Burleson as she will check out, and Abigail Holder will come back in. Gaps with the serve, and it goes out. So 9-11 now the score. Mary Rose Clark will come back out for Stregic. And it looks like the student section just got some Little Caesars pizzas, a couple hot and readies over there. Olivia Smithwick coming in now for Mally Hokut. And Smithwick will go back to serve. Set up for Resnick. She goes up, and it's off the hands of Steffens and Holder and goes out. So give the kill to Resnick there. What a serve from Resnick, as that one is going to result in an ace. So 11-12 now. Pacelli's trailing by just 1. Popped up there for Holder. It's blocked by Stregic. Steffens comes in. Good job by O'Brien to lay out, keep it alive. Up for Steffens again. This time saved by Resnick. It's blocked. O'Brien keeps it alive and unable to do anything with it. So a great team effort there to get that point for Calvary. Avery Mott will come back in for Josie Blake, and Abigail Steffens will go back to serve. Tough play here. Strudgick clears. Nice little misdirection play, and Mock is going to go up, but they're going to say she tipped the net. So she'll check back out as Barris comes back in. And we'll see who Pacelli gives the ball to. Looks like it's going to be Mariah O'Brien. O'Brien just pops one up. A little bit of trouble here for Calvary. Just floats one in, and it's going to result in a point. Hopefully Hogg is okay down there. She is. She pops right back up. Took out a couple chairs trying to save that one. That's just how much this game means to both of these teams, putting everything out there on the line. Holder now with the serve. That one's going to be a kill for Natalie Pillar. Strudgick coming out now for Clark, who goes back to serve. Served by Clark. Just kind of hammer-fisted there off the hands of Barris, and nothing can be made from that. So this game is all knotted up at 14 apiece. That one's going to go out. So Calvary retakes the lead pretty quick. Smithwick comes out from Allie Hocutt. Looks like Avery Mock is going to come in for Barris. So it's served by Lugo. Is a good one. It's an ace. In the absolute perfect spot was that serve from Issa Lugo. That one also is going to fall right in the corner pocket for Lugo. So two incredible serves back to back for her. (17-14) the lead now for the Knights. Set up for Pillar, and that one falls in. So Pillar continuing her dominance up there at the net against her former team. And Allie Vickery back now for the serve. That one was going to go out. Plays it off the basketball goal. Are you kidding me? It's going to fall. What a play. An unlikely point there for Calvary, but it falls down. And so timeout is called, so we will step aside for just a second Don't go anywhere. We'll be back on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live.
Hey everybody, hot summer prices have dropped at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Drive home today in a brand new Chevy Silverado with savings up to $15,000 off MSRP. Or get 0% financing for 60 months. Need more power? New Silverado 2500 HD with savings up to $12,000 off MSRP. Or get 4.9% financing for 60 months. Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Get ready to smile.
And back here to resume play in set 4. Pacelli leading 2-1 against Calvary. So Calvary has got to stay perfect here if they want to come back and force a set number 5. They have a 3-point lead right now, 18-15. Good serve there from Blake. Set up for Pillar, and it's going to go out. So Calvary will add on to their lead out of that timeout. Seen a lot of potential highlight plays here in this one so far. Pillar sets up, and Lugo trying to keep it alive, unable to do so. Calvary did a good job fending them off for just a minute there, but ultimately Pacelli gets the point. And Pillar will serve now. What a save from Josie Blake on the back line. Steffens goes in for the kill. It hits the support in the ceiling. Somehow Pacelli keeps up with it. Clark pops it up there for Resnick now. Resnick gets the kill. (17-19), Pacelli trails now. Wet spot on the floor, so while we have a moment, want to say thank you to our presenting sponsors one more time over at Coca-Cola, Glenn Smith Chevy, GMC, the Houston Clinic, and Mike Costello Law Firm. Steffens pops it up. Lugo sets it up for Steffens, and it's going to fall. Good play right there from Steffens to Lugo, back to Steffens. And it's 2017 Calvary. So Gaps now goes back to serve. Good dig there from Vickery. Resnick goes up. Set up now. Hocutt cleared. Solito up there for Steffens. Good dig there from O'Brien. Resnick going to try and make something happen. She does. Set for Holder now. Vickery clears. It's blocked at the line and off the hands of Resnick and out of bounds. So a good job from Mally Hocutt there to get the point. Another good serve from Gaps. Set up for Resnick. Holder, good dig again from O'Brien. She has had a few of those tonight. Good job from Steffens getting low. What a play from Resnick. Wow. Trying to keep it alive. There's a whistle, and that's going to be Calvary's point. They said that Pacelli tipped the net, but it was Calvary's point anyway, and Pacelli will call another timeout, their second one. So we'll step aside and be right back for the end of set number 4 on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Carol Perdue in Phoenix City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Back here at Pacelli, Calvary leading 22-17 here in set 4, down 2-1. And that's going to be an ace straight out of the timeout from Maddie Gaps, and she's feeling it. Calvary just needs 2 more points to tie things up. And how about back-to-back aces from Gaps? Can she make it 3 in a row for the last 3 points of the set? Resnick denies. Blocked up there by Holder, down to the ground from Hokut. Set up for Steffens, and it's going to go too far. So the position that Calvary was in last set, Pacelli now is in that same position where they have to be perfect from here on out to try and salvage this set and win the match. But that one's going to go out, so no dramatics here. Calvary takes set 4, 25-18, so forcing a set 5. We'll go to 15, win by 2 when we return on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
What's up, everyone?
And this is what we do. Car wrecks. Yes, car wrecks. So call or text us today or visit us at MikeHostelowLawFirm.com. Hostelo. Car wreck. Car wreck. Hostelo.
Hey everybody, hot summer prices have dropped at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Drive home today in a brand new Chevy Silverado with savings up to $15,000 off MSRP. Or get 0% financing for 60 months. Need more power? New Silverado 2500 HD with savings up to $12,000 off MSRP. Or get 4.9% financing for 60 months. Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Get ready to smile.
And back here at Pacelli for set number 5 of the Beck Center. Game of the week at Pacelli here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Calvary took set number 1. Pacelli then takes sets 2 and 3. And then Calvary comes back with their backs against the wall in set 4 to take it. So it all comes down to this. Set number 5 goes to 15. not 25, 15 points. You still got to win by 2. So this will truly be winner take all. So Gaps comes in. And O'Brien going to come in. And Maddie Gaps, who had back-to-back aces for points 23 and 24 for Calvary in the last set, is going to go back to serve to start this one. Keep the ball in the hot hand. That one is going to sail out, though. So Mary Rose Clark checking out for Strejic. And that'll send Ellie Jane Hogg back to serve. Good serve from Hogg. Set up there for Steffens. And that's going to be a point, so Calvary will get it right back. Abigail Steffens has been absolutely electric up at the net all game long. So Olivia Smithwick now with the ball in her hand. Set up for Strejic. Gaps dives out, keeps it alive. Set back up for Steffens. Blocked by Strejic. Holder now. Blocked again. And that time it's going to fall. So a great effort there from Natalie Solido and Sophie Strejic at the net to block every attempt that Calvary threw their way. Malia Resnick now to serve. And that's going to be an ace. (3-1) the score here for Pacelli. And if you're Calvary, you want to get the ball out of Resnick's hands. A little communication error there is going to result in a point for Pacelli. A miscommunication as to who was going to return that ball. Resnick continues, and that one's going to go out, so that's big for Calvary. And that'll send Steffens to the line to serve. And Avery Mock will come back in. Good serve from Steffens. Set up for Strejic. She pops it up. Steffens dives out. Set up for Mock. Sets up for Vickery now. Solido blocked by Holder. And that's going to be a point for Calvary. A great effort there from Holder to get that point. And Holder now will go back to serve. Maybe not. Still Steffens. That one hits the net from Steffens. So Larkin Barris will come in now for Avery Mock. And Mariah O'Brien, who has just had an outstanding match up to this point. It's another good serve by her. Way up in the air from Resnick. Set up now for Pillar. Tried to float one in there. Holder gets blocked. Steffens on the back line. It's going to fall off the fingertips of Strejic and Pillar. So it's 4-5 now for Calvary. They trail by just 1. As Mock comes back in for Barris and Holder goes back to serve. Resnick clears it, and it's going to be a kill from way back. kind of spins off the hands of Holder there, and Strejic will come out for Mary Rose Clark. And that's an ace for Clark. She has had a great night at the line serving. (4-7) the score, or 7-4 rather. Pacelli leads. Mock clears it. Set up for Vickery. I think that one was going out, but Gaps keeps it in front of her. And that's going to be a kill for Avery Mock. So Mally Hocutt checks in for Olivia Smithwick, and Issa Lugo will go back to serve. She has had an incredible night at the line serving for Calvary. Set up for Pillar, and it's going to hit the net. So Calvary now trails by just one. It's 6-7. That one I think was going out, but Mary Rose Clark plays it. Set up for Vickery. What a way for Mock to keep that alive. Tries to sneak it in, and she is going to do so. Good job from Ellie Jane Hogg up there at the line, just to sneak it in there and get the point and keep the Pacelli lead intact. It's 8-6 with Allie Vickery going back to serve. She doesn't need to try to do too much, just get it over the net. Another little miscommunication, but it looked like Malia Resnick dove out trying to save it way earlier than she needed to, so Calvary will get the point right back as Mock comes out for Josie Blake to go serve. Set up for Resnick. She pops it over. Steffens now with the kill. It lands in just barely, but it lands. And I feel like I've said this quite a few times here tonight, but we are all square now. Neither one of these teams really giving way up to this point in set 5. Pillar's kill attempt goes out. So Calvary will not take the lead. They say that they hit the net. I didn't really see that there, but that's why I'm not the line judge. So Pacelli will lead now 9-8, and Natalie Pillar will go back to serve. Set up for Steffens. Trying to keep it alive. Blocked up there by Athens Burleson, and it falls. At 9-9, it's back tied. And Maddie Gaps now going back to serve for the Lady Knights. That serve by Gaps is a good one. Set up for Resnick. Blocked! Abby Holder blocks Resnick's kill, and it falls in. And Calvary has the lead, so Pacelli will take a timeout. We'll step aside and be back for the conclusion of this game on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
Hey everybody, hot summer prices have dropped at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Drive home today in a brand new Chevy Silverado with savings up to $15,000 off MSRP. Or get 0% financing for 60 months. Need more power? New Silverado 2500 HD with savings up to $12,000 off MSRP. Or get 4.9% financing for 60 months. Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Get ready to smile.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Back here, Calvary just took the lead. It's 10-9. Maddie Gaps with the serve. Set up for Resnick. And what a kill from Resnick. When it matters most, who else would you rather have in that moment than Malia Resnick? So Ellie Jane Hogg now to serve. Gaps sets up for Steffens, and it's down. Another kill for Abigail Steffens. How many times have we said that tonight? Olivia Smithwick going back to serve after she checks in for Mally Hokut. We're down to crunch time now, folks. Pop way in the air from O'Brien. Good clear from Ellie Jane Hogg. Set up for Holder now. Good job from O'Brien to keep it in front. Resnick lands it in. Back and forth we go. And at this rate, we might be here all night. Malia Resnick with the serve. Set up for Steffens, and my goodness, trading blow for blow are Abigail Steffens and Malia Resnick right now. And Calvary retakes the lead 12-11. Steffens now to serve. Gets that one over. Good dig from O'Brien. Resnick just going to make something happen. Set up for Steffens. Blocked. Good job from Solito and Strejic. Set up now for Mock. It's blocked again. She tried to keep it up but couldn't do it. So Strejic and Solito once again proven to be forces at the net. And O'Brien now to serve. Set up for Holder. Good job from O'Brien. Set up for Vickery now. Off the fingertips. Calvary trying to keep it alive. They do. Good job from Barris. Smithwick tried to just clear it. And Steffens off of her hands and hits the bottom of the net, so Pacelli now takes the lead. And they need just 2 more points to get a much-needed win in their season, in their first region game. Gaps set up for Holder now. It's blocked. Vickery keeps it alive. Pillar gonna clear it. And that one's going to fall. Lurkin Barris making it happen this time for the Knights. So Gaps now comes out and Burleson comes in, and it looks like Avery Mock is going to come back in for Barris. So Abigail Holder now with the serve. O'Brien trying to make something happen. Pacelli just clears it. Avery Mock with the kill. Are you kidding? The sophomore making it happen in a big-time moment this time, and Pacelli calls their second timeout. We will keep it right here. What a fifth set we have gotten. What a match this has been. Dare I say, I mean, it's still early in the season, but this could be Game of the Year contender when it's all said and done this year. I mean, this has been absolutely electrifying. So Pacelli, they're not completely out of it. They just need one more point, and it'll go to 16. This is 15, win by 2. So Calvary, though, will have the serve, and they'll look to squeak out a win. And you've got to credit both these teams here tonight. Pacelli went down, lost set 1 pretty big, and then takes set 2 and 3. And then Calvary comes back, takes set 4, and now we are here at the very end, and it is neck and neck between these two rival schools. Student section going crazy. The fans over here on the Calvary side going crazy. Good serve from Holder. That's a kill for Natalie Pillar. Strejic now checking out for Mary Rose Clark, who will go back to serve, and it's 14 apiece. So it's going to 16. Serve by Clark is a very good one. Set up there for Mock, and it's going to fall. She gets another kill. The sophomore, once again, making things happen late. And so Mally Hocutt comes in for Olivia Smithwick, and Issa Lugo will look to end this game for the Knights, serving. Set up for Pillar. She clears it. Tough play. Mock cannot keep it alive. Oh, we're back. It's almost like a tennis match here when you get into a deuce. We're back at a deuce. It was just advantage Calvary. That serve is no good from Allie Vickery. And could that be the straw that breaks the camel's back for the Vikings? So Josie Blake now will come in to try and end things and win it for Calvary. Pacelli once again with their backs against the walls, but they have stayed alive up to this point. Can they do it again? O'Brien pops it up. It's set up for Pillar. And yes, Pillar will get another kill. So it's like Pillar and Avery Mock have been going back and forth with just big-time points. And Pillar will go back to serve now. Pacelli will not go down without a fight. Set up by Lugo for Steffens. And it's going to fall, so Steffens makes it happen this time. Burleson comes out. Abby Holder comes in. And Maddie Gaps now has the ball in her hands. I think this might be Calvary's best chance that they've had so far. Hogg tries to sneak it in. Sneaks it in as Lugo. Holder. Will it happen? Mary Rose Clark keeps it alive. Dives out, does Resnick and Vickery. Resnick gets the kill! Man, oh man! This is insane! So Mary Rose Clark checks out. Hogg pops one up. Up there for Steffens. She tried to just float one in. It's cleared, though, from Ellie Jane Hogg. Back up to Steffens. Popped up in the air. Resnick. Gaps, keeps it alive. Steffens clears. Good play from Calvary. Solito lands it in. It sneaks in the back. And this is really the first advantage that Pacelli has had here in set 5 late. It seemed like it's been Calvary that goes up 1 point and has to force Pacelli's hand. Timeout called by Calvary. We'll keep it here once again. But man, oh man, has this been absolutely electric. If this doesn't make you follow Georgia Alabama Sports Live, I don't know what will. We are on every social media platform. Go look us up. It is completely free to follow us, to subscribe. You ain't going to catch games like this anywhere else except for Georgia Alabama Sports Live. A little preview for Friday. A lot of football action. 5 games going on. We've got Northside at Smith Station, Booker T. Washington at Russell County, Stratford here at Pacelli, Spencer at Brookstone, and Terrell Academy at Chatco. Those all 5 will be streaming live on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. So football season's back, folks. I can't wait, but right now we've got us an absolute game on our hands. Can Pacelli finish things off, or will Calvary keep things alive with their backs against the wall? Set up for Holder. Set up now for Resnick. Will she end it? No. Steffens keeps it alive. Back to Steffens. Tough play for O'Brien. Hogg keeps it alive. Whoa! Steffens with the kill. Mamma mia! This is nuts. Both sides here holding their breath. Calvary responds. Olivia Smithwick now to serve. Off of O'Brien, kind of weird. It's going to fall, and Calvary will have the lead, 19-18. So advantage Knights. Will Smithwick be the one to make it happen? Pops it up. Set up for Resnick. Gaps tries to keep it alive, but it falls. And Resnick once again keeping Pacelli in this one, and she will be the one going back to serve now for the Lady Vikings. Calvary's really got to dig in here and get the ball out of her hands. Set up for Steffens, and what a kill once again from Abigail Steffens. Avery Mock coming in now for Josie Blake. And Steffens will go back to serve. She's had her serving troubles up to this point, but can she turn it around and lock in right here when it matters most? Yes, she can! She gets the game-winning ace! Man, oh man, Abigail Steffens. Who else? After the type of night that she has had, she gets the ace to end it. Man, I'm sweating. I don't know. I'm sure you are at home. Everybody here just let out a sigh of relief on the Calvary side. Pacelli, they can't hang their heads. That was the best game that they have played by far this season. I can't say anything else. They played so good. But that is the end. Calvary takes it 3-2 after taking that 5th set to a ton of points. So I don't think it's going to be any shock to anybody to hear that our Alex Quinney Allstate Good Hands player of the game is Abigail Steffens. Very, very deserved. She had an incredible night at the net, had a ton of kills, and gets that match-ending ace in set number 5. So that will move Pacelli to 2-7 on the year, 0-1 in the region. Calvary stays undefeated, 3-0 and 2-0 in the region. So huge game from the Knights. Both teams came to play, but eventually we had to call it a night. So for producer Tyler Dykes, I'm Paxton Holloway, and this has been another edition of Pacelli Volleyball on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.